Mr. Chairman, sir, at the very outset, I would like to thank all the honorable members who have participated in today's general discussion on the budget. I would like to thank the honorable members from Nongkrem, Morankning, Karkuta, Mausanram, Silsila, Rongjeng, Mauhati, Melim, Ampati, Salmanpara, Mokurwat, Bajingdoba, Mogayo, Pulbari, Soyong, Sora, Maulai, Rajabala, Dadingri, Mauplang, Gambegri, Rangsakona, Ranikor, Sutunga Saipung, Umroy, Nongtumai, Clariat, Mokundru, Shella, Mendipatar, Mautarashan, and Songsak for having participated in this general discussion on the budget. So, as correctly mentioned by the Honorable LO, this is truly a democratic process. And today, I would not be wrong in saying that this may be one of the highest participations I have ever seen in a general discussion on the budget. And therefore, it's a very, very positive sign, though it is, of course, very tiring, but it is what we are here for. And I feel proud that our honorable members very, very actively participated. I must thank all of them. And more importantly, used the time very judiciously. And they were very much to the point. I would like to thank all the members who participated. Though on a lighter note, sir, I must say, I tried my best to reduce the numbers. So I had sent a message in the MDA group, incentivizing those who do not speak, that I would take care of their demands separately. But,
so which includes me also, because
but sir, that did not work. And the honorable members participated even more enthusiastically. On another lighter note, sir, it was very nice to hear some nice comments from our honorable members. I am particularly very happy when I heard nice comments from honorable member from Gambegri, because that is also doesn't happen very often, sir. So it was nice to see the positive comments. Again, sir, on a very light note. But having said that, sir, I have taken note of all the concerns. There are too many of them. I remember, sir, at one reply, I had tried to reply to every concern of every MLA, because I thought that would have been appropriate to do. And, sir, you remember that took me 3 hours and 45 minutes to reply. And that time, there were about 23 members who participated. Today, there are 32.
35.
So therefore, sir, if I were to reply to all, so we may require dinner and even breakfast, most likely, sir. So therefore, through you, sir, I would like to inform the honorable MLAs that I will not go into the individual concerns. They have all been noted. Some suggestions are excellent suggestions, sir. And I have already, in fact, taken note and sent messages to my team that we should immediately move on those proposals. And as I said, I won't have time to get into all of it. But, sir, I thought that this would be a good opportunity for me to get into some of the larger concerns and look at the overall direction in which the state is heading and where we are moving towards, and maybe some of the challenges that we would face and how we would overcome them. I would also thank, sir, there are a lot of members from the opposition who have who have stayed back. Of course, there were some who have mentioned to me that they had prior engagements, and so they were not able to stay. But it would have been nice to have all the members, because this is a very, very important exercise, and it would really shed a lot of light on how the government is working and how the budgeting process takes place, and what are some of the key areas that we focus on. Next. So the first point here, sir, is this entire concept of what is a budget, sir. I think is a point where people need to be aware, and some sensitization is required. So budget is a policy decision, sir. It's a mission, it's a policy document, I'm sorry. And it reflects the intent of the government. And like any household, any organization, any company would look at their receipts and their expected revenues and their expected expenditure, and would try to create a balance between the two. And that's what the budgeting exercise is all about, sir. And obviously, while we go through that, we face uncertainties, sir. So obviously, nothing is certain. Government of India says they will transfer so much to us. But then in the CSS, will we get more? Will we get less? It's something that we cannot be 100% certain of. Similarly, our own taxes. We estimate that this is going to be the tax, but how much will come, how much will not come, is something that it only comes out as we move forward, sir. So there is always a mismatch in the timing of inflow, and also in the amount of inflow and outflow of cash. Now that is why the important parts are here, is that we need to look at the different fiscal space that is provided by Government of India and RBI for the states to function in. Certain members had reflected on that and mentioned about it, saying that there are ways and means, advances. So there's a certain amount that the state can take beyond the balances that they have, and ways and means advances is one of them. There is something called the special drawing facility, and then there is something called the overdraft. So these are all fiscal spaces which are provided to every state government. It's not just Meghalaya. Every state government does this. And as I said, this happens because of the timing of the mismatch in terms of inflow and outflow. A very small example of that, sir, is we pay salaries on 1st of every month, whereas the share of central taxes that we receive comes in on the 10th of every month. So now when that happens, I obviously cannot wait till the 10th of that month to pay the salaries. I have to pay the salaries on 1st of every month. So there are certain months in which I have to pay double salary. For example, in Christmas time, December, we clear the salaries of November and December in the month of December, sir. So therefore, we require additional cash. During that time, we also know that we need to clear large amounts of bills in terms of the bills of the contractors, or salaries of casual workers, so on and so forth. You know, last time we had to clear the scholarship of the students. So all these kind of expenditures which are there, and the mismatch, as I said, in the timing of the inflow and outflow, which happens in households also, sir. Suddenly somebody falls sick, we need money. We'll go to our neighbor and we'll ask for the money. We'll say, I'll give it back to you after 10 days when I get back my salary. And that's how even in a household things work. In a larger scale, government has got massive expenditure. But at the end of the day, it is important to balance it out. And at the end of the day, what is important is that we don't go beyond that particular level or the days in which the government has mandated. For example, overdraft. Overdraft, you cannot go beyond 36 days in a quarter. So you can have overdraft of 36 days in a quarter. So that is the mandate that has been given. And if you can look at the numbers in the financial year 2024, Meghalaya was overdraft in 14 days in the whole year. So there's 36 days in every quarter, that means multiply by 4, that's about 100 days plus you can be overdraft. So Meghalaya was overdraft 14 days. There are other states like Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, that are at 145 days, 144 days. Kerala is at 67 days. Mizoram is 32 days. So on and so forth. So it happens, sir. And as I said, these are the fiscal spaces that are given to state governments in order to be able to balance this mismatch of the inflow and outflow of the timing. Next. So this is an important, again, figure, what we call budgetary savings. Now, as I've explained, sir, budget is what it means, sir, basically is that, sir, budget again is a notion, a number that we have in our mind. It's not that when I say that the budget is 30,000 crores, that I have 30,000 crores in my account today. It's not like that, sir. Throughout the year, every month we'll get our taxes, revenues, and through the financial year we will get the 30,000 crores is what we expect and anticipate, sir. So if you look at the yellow line, which is Meghalaya, so the budgetary saving is, of course, the difference between the estimates and the actual spending that takes place. So an example is here of 2023-24, sir, where it shows that our budget estimates were 22,000, whereas our actual expenditure was 21,817. So one could call it, and obviously audit will do it, that every money that is saved, so they say that's the budgetary saving. Now, is there an actual cash that's lying there? No, sir, it's not like that. We could spend only the amount of money that we got. So if you look at other states like Uttar Pradesh, they have a, expenditure as a percentage of budget estimates is 83%. Ours is 99%, which means we are very close to the amount we got, or rather, sorry, the amount we anticipated in the budget and the amount we actually ended up spending. Meghalaya is quite close, sir. And this happens, as I said, the numbers are quite different. So it's a normal thing is what I'm trying to say. It's not that Meghalaya is the only state that goes through this. Every state goes through it. So the budgetary savings that takes place, which audit mentions, because it's their duty to mention. So therefore, this is what happens, sir. Next. And therefore, sir, if you look at now the trajectory, which we've been speaking about throughout the governor's address, as well as, even in my budget speech, that Meghalaya today is the second fastest growing economy in the country, and the only one to record consistent 10% of growth, real GSDP growth in 3 years consecutively, and a 76.5% economic growth in terms of our GSDP from financial year 21 to 25, third only to Assam, UP, and next is Meghalaya, sir. So you can see the clear trajectory in which the state is growing, and this is the growth rate that we are having now, and we expect this to continue, and that's the kind of momentum, sir, that has been created in the past few years. Next. So this is what GSDP and what growth is all about, sir. This is how growth is calculated. Growth is a combination of the consumption that takes place in the economy, of the private investments that's done, of the government expenditure that is done, and the net exports that are there. Now, this is what normally a GDP is made up of. In GSDP, normally the factors are more limited to private investment and government expenditure, because consumption is normally kept at the central level figures, sir. So therefore, our GSDP is driven more by government expenditure and private expenditure, more so by government expenditure as of now, because private investment is limited in our state. So therefore, this is what it is, and government is doing the necessary. That's why our capital expenditure is growing, and that's why you're seeing the growth in the GSDP. Now, sir, what does that mean? When we talk of GSDP growing, it's not just about GSDP growing, sir. So this is, again, as I said, this is the formula that is used by RBI, and it is a clear formula that's used throughout the country, that every 1 crore of increase in a particular sector in GSDP, it leads to a certain number of jobs being created. So if you look at agriculture, 1 crore increase in GSDP creates 45 jobs, or rather employment opportunities. Increase of 1 crore in construction creates 30 employment opportunities. Similarly, in trade and repair services, it creates 21 employment opportunities per 1 crore increase in the GSDP. So therefore, sir, this is really where the employment opportunities are being created. Just to refer to the Honorable LO's points, sir, which I take, and take note of, so that the numbers for the posts that were vacant was about 7,000, in the beginning when we had taken over. There were about 7,000 posts that we found were vacant. And through these last years, we have been able to fill close to 4,000 of them, and more kept coming up. So 7,000 was, of course, not at the time we took over as such, but through the years, about 7,000 vacancies came up. So I stand corrected. Through the years, 7,000 vacancies came up, sir. And about 4,000 of them have been filled up, roughly, plus minus. And we expect that about this police, I don't know if the numbers Honorable Elo had given had include the police or not, but that police, now the posts will be filled up, sir. So that will also add to the numbers, sir. So we are going to be more or less saturating the number of vacancies that were existing and the recruitments that had to be done. And from now on, sir, we will see only the yearly recruitments that need to be done, maybe about 1,000 to maximum 2,000, depending on the year, but it will not go beyond that, sir. So the normal recruitments will take place. Most of the backlogs have been filled up or are being filled up, sir, as we speak. Next. So the growth in the public expenditure, this is a very important slide, sir, which I feel the members should look at. And if you can see, sir, consistently from 2020 onwards, as we note, we had a COVID and 2019. But if you look at 2018, which is when our first term started, we were at 9,858 in terms of the expenditure that we had as a government in that particular year, sir. And if you look at the expenditure that we expect in 2027, is going to touch 30,000 crores, sir. So it's almost a 3-time jump. In a matter of 8 years, there's a triple jump in the overall expenditure. And what is very, very important to note, sir, that there are 2 columns in every year. The green column is the revenue expenditure, and the light blue or grayish column is what we call the capital expenditure. So capital expenditure is all the infrastructure work we do. So you can see that the capital expenditure in terms of buildings, roads, in new assets being created, all of that is included in the capital expenditure. And you can see, sir, that there's been a growth of 16.5% in terms of capital expenditure. And in 2018, it was at 1,435. And today it stands at 9,135, sir. The revenue expenditure also has grown by 11.1%. But again, sir, revenue expenditure does not necessarily only mean salaries, sir. So any expenditure that is not infrastructure based, not on construction, is considered revenue expenditure. So while a large amount is made up of salaries, in our case, sir, almost close to, in the year budget 2077, almost close to about 8,000 crores is going to be non-salary based revenue expenditure. What does that mean? That means we'll be spending on salaries and other things and pension and all about 10 to 11,000 crores. But a large amount of money is going to be spent on other welfare programs and other important expenditures for the public. For example, CM Assure, that is part of revenue expenditure, and it comes there. It was not there before. It's coming in, but this money is going to the people. The MHIS money, that is also part of revenue expenditure. The money we give to all prime programs, CM Elevate, Focus Plus, all of these expenditures come under revenue expenditure. So there are a large chunk of the revenue expenditure also is public-oriented expenditure. Next. So if you look at the receipts, I think this is a very important slide. Again, a lot of misconception is there that our expenditure and the kind of growth is driven by debt. So let me just show you the numbers. If you look at the dark, bright blue number with the top one which says borrowings. And in the chart, if you look at the numbers, it is the shortest one among all the 3 columns in every year. There's the shortest one, the dark blue one. So that is the amount of borrowings that we are doing every year, sir. So if you can see this expenditure that has grown, the receipts that fund that expenditure, if you look at it, sir, the borrowings only makes up a very, very, or rather the smallest amount of contribution to our our expenditure and the receipts that we get, sir. The largest, in fact, is the state's resources. And when I say state's resources, sir, I mean the state's own resources, and I mean the share of central taxes. Because share of central taxes also is our own resource, because it's a constitutional mandate as per Finance Commission that that tax amount will come to us. So it is our state resource, sir. And as you can see, that is the number that has grown year on year, sir. And that happened because of two reasons. It happened because that's the light green column, the longest column. You can see, sir, in 2020, it was at 6,815. But our taxes went up to 19,887. It's a 3-time jump in our own taxes, mainly the share of central taxes. But that is our constitutional mandate, the money we get, sir. And it went up for two reasons. First reason is because the formula changed at a certain point in time, and Government of India, the impact of that formula change, it's a very complicated formula, sir, but just so that people are aware, that there are certain factors that come in. So the Finance Commission, as for the rest, for the general public also, and for our honorable members also, is basically the income tax and the corporate tax that Government of India collects. So Government of India collects income tax and corporate tax throughout the country. And then through a formula, the Finance Commission shares these taxes to the central government and to the states. That's what the Finance Commission's job is. So as you know, so from our state point of view, we hardly contribute because income tax, we're exempted from it. So technically, we're not contributing so much. And also in terms of corporate tax also, there are limited corporates. So we don't contribute much. But then having the federal structure and the constitutional provisions, maximum collection happens from Maharashtra, Gujarat, Karnataka, all these states collect the maximum. But then it comes into a central pool, and out of that, 59% goes for the central government's expenditure, 41% is shared by the states, and then sharing of this 41% among the states also is based on a formula which is affected by factors like population, geographical area, income distribution, forest cover, fertility rate, and contribution to GDP. So, to GDP, I'm sorry. So these 6 factors are taken into consideration. In 2015 Finance Commission, sir, the factors that favored Meghalaya and the smaller states and the forest covered states was applied in one way. And the Finance Commission then gave more weightage to those factors, because of which our share of taxes went up to 0.76% of the total tax share. And that led to almost an increase of about 200 crores in terms of our revenues per month on an average, sir. Anyway, so that's a very complicated formula. I don't want to get into all of that. But just telling you that the formula changed and that benefited us. Number 2, the country's taxes started going up. So the more country started collecting income tax and corporate tax, the whole pie started increasing. So therefore, our percentage is a part of that pie. So when the overall pie went up, our share also went up. And that's why our growth today, our expenditures today, are funded primarily from our own taxes, sir. So our own state taxes plus our share of central taxes, not by the debt or the borrowings that we are seeing. The borrowings we take, sir, is as per limits that have been prescribed by Government of India. The RBI, I'm sorry. So now, just to mention that that Honorable LO had also raised concerns, so very genuinely, that the issue of sir, I'll come to that part, I think, in the next slide. So this is what I wanted to share, sir, that the receipts and the growth and the expenditure that we spend is driven by the tax growth and not by borrowing, sir. Next. This again is a comparative chart, sir, which is again a number that comes from MOFSP. That is the Government of India Statistics Department or Ministry. And here you can see, sir, the growth not anchored in borrowing, sir. So therefore, in terms of Meghalaya, if you look into the numbers, our borrowings as percentage of total receipts, which is the chart which I showed to you, sir, is for the financial year 2024 is 7.8%. So only 7.8% of our expenditure and the receipts rather which we get, only 7.8% is borrowings. The rest is all taxes that we either raise from our side, or the CSS we get from center, or the share of central taxes. And there are other states, sir, which are states like Haryana, Punjab, who are at a 30-35% level of the share of the borrowings to the receipts that they get, sir. Next. Sir, again, this is to showcase the overall resources of the state. So this is just the state resources. I won't dwell too much on this, but you can also see, sir, the dark gray. If you look at the lowest part of the columns, there is a gray area which you can see is growing, sir. So that is our own taxes. So what I mean by that is the taxes we collect from excise, the taxes we collect from GST, the taxes we have from VAT. So these three mainly add up to this number. And if you can see, sir, we were at 1,450 crores in 2018. And today, at 2027, we are estimating that we will touch 4,730 crores. Again, 3 times increase in our own tax collection at the state level. Whereas, of course, the green part is the share of central taxes, which is seeing the maximum growth. And I've explained, sir, why that has happened. Next. So this is a very important figure, which I will dwell on a bit. And this is what we call the Special Assistance to States on Capital Investment, very fondly called as SASCI. So a lot of people have heard SASCI. That stands for Special Assistance to States for Capital Investment. Now, if you look at this, sir, this is basically an amount that is given to all the states as an interest-free loan. So when I say interest-free loan, sir, if you look at the right side, this is what I mean, sir. That I took 2,695 crores in 2026 as loan, according to SASCI, a 50-year interest-free loan, which means in the year 2076, 50 years from now, we, the government of Meghalaya, will have to repay back this amount. And how much is that amount? We have to repay back 2,695. There is no interest, nothing. Direct what we take now, we have to pay back in 1976. Now, for those with us, who will be able to connect to the finance part, what is the value of that 2,695, which we will repay back in 2076? If you were to discount that and get the net present value, as they call the NPV, of 2,695 to be paid back in 1976, that is valued at 98 crores today, sir. So technically, I'm taking 98 crores, but I'm getting 2,695 crores worth of it because I don't have to pay interest for it and I have to repay back only 2,695. This is what SASCI is. Now, another beautiful part of this whole provision is that we have to contribute what we call the Consolidated Sinking Fund contribution, which means 3.5 crores, which is a 0.5% of the amount per year we have to deposit, sir. Now, when I deposit this amount every year into an account called the Consolidated Sinking Fund Contribution Account, this money, because of the interest it will get, in 2076, it will be valued at 3,912 crores, which means we will have more money in 2076 to repay this amount of 2,695 crores back, sir. So there is a check and balance being created by the system so that we are able to repay this back, and therefore there will be no issue for the government then to repay this amount. So this is what SASCI is. It's a very well-planned program by Government of India, and this is meant, as I said, to fund capital investment only. Now, if we come back, sir, to the left side, look at the projected allotments that were given, sir. So the normative allotment, by normative allotment means the normal allotment which is given to states. So Meghalaya's normative allotment in 2021, or rather 2020, was 92 crores. But we managed to get 200 crores, sir. In 2021, it was 115 crores was what Government of India allotted to us. But we managed to get 281. So on and so forth. In 2024, our normative allotment was 844. But we managed to get 2,370 crores. This year, our normative allotment was 1,004. And we managed to get 2,695. And so this has happened because we have been able to utilize our funds quickly. So while audit may have certain, certain observations regarding certain uses, which, yes, sir, we'll definitely look into all of those concerns. But this number is reflecting the actual utilization that we are doing, sir. Government of India will never release 2,695 if our UCs for the 1,000 crores is not submitted. I can, sir, proudly tell you that in the Northeast, we are one of the best performers. And in fact, in the whole country also, we are one of the top performers when it comes to SASCI. And this year, sir, this year we are projecting 4,500 crores in SASCI to be taken up so that our funds that are required for our capital investment can be pushed. Next. So similarly, the centrally sponsored schemes. Now, as I again mentioned, sir, that the growth has been made because of the receipts we got in the income tax devolution and the corporate tax devolution that comes to us through the Finance Commission's devolution. And our own taxes has gone up. The third factor, sir, is the CSS, the centrally sponsored scheme. Again, so if you look at 2018, we were at 2,965 in terms of the funds we managed to get from centrally sponsored releases. And in 2024, that number jumped to 7,050, almost a 2.5 or 2.2%, 2.2 times the jump in terms of the money that was available to us. And again, I repeat, sir, well, observations were there that we did not utilize few things, which is possible, sir. There's a large system, many projects going on. But on the overall scale, we would not be able to get 7,000 rupees, 7,000 crores from centrally sponsored scheme if we had not submitted our UCs on time and had not been working in a very effective manner, sir. So yes, there could be few, but I think at the larger scale, these numbers speak loudly in terms of how we have been able to maximize the revenue and the schemes that we got from centrally sponsored schemes, where the amount jumped from 2,900 crores today to 7,000 crores, and it will go further and more in the future, sir. Next. So these are the externally aided projects. Again, we realize that while we are using the revenues and increasing the revenues we have, while we are targeting the centrally sponsored schemes, what more can we do? We need to look for more projects. And therefore, sir, if you look at the externally aided projects that are there, in the last 7 years now, including some projects that started before 2018, as mentioned by LO, but majority of them were after 2018, sir, that we have almost 12,166 crores worth of schemes of EAP going on right now. Again, sir, we are one of the best performing states when it comes to externally aided projects today. And as I said, the loan amount, which again a lot of people have been questioning, that who will pay this 9,126 crores? Why is government taking loan from World Bank? Why is the government taking loan from ADB, from KFW, from JICA, from NDB, IFAD? All these loans that are taken, sir, these are in 90-10 ratio, which means for the Northeast states and some special category states, Government of India repays back 90% of the loan. So out of the 9,126, that is a loan component, we will only end up paying 900 crores, and Government of India will repay back 8,000 plus crores on our behalf, sir. So that is how this works, and that is why this is a great way, sir. And we are hopeful that in this next Finance Commission period of the 16th Finance Commission, we would like to see that we touch another 15,000 crores worth of externally aided projects, and we are preparing for that purpose, sir. Next. So now this is what is important, sir. When we laid the vision for 2022 to 2032, and we looked at these 10 opportunities, if you look at the timeline, sir, we have almost reached halfway, where 4 years we have now been able to work, and the timeline to 2032 is what we are working towards, where we have 6 more years to go in order to meet these commitments and these opportunities that we have laid down. Next. So if you look at agriculture, I'll just touch a few subjects. I won't go into everything, sir. So in the last 4 years, we have seen over 2 times increase in the farmers' income without disturbing the biodiversity. And if you look at the activities, sir, it's a very holistic activity. It's not that we are doing just things on a piecemeal basis. We have done mission mode programs. There are 10 state mission mode programs, from Lakadong mission to organic mission to our floriculture mission to apiculture mission, so on and so forth. So there are 10 state missions that are going on. We have CM Farm Plus, again, where we are giving high value crops. We're giving seedlings and seeds and other planting materials of high quality. We have a different model of hub and spoke model, where different hubs and models are being, spokes are being created, where large processing units are being built, small processing units are being built, so that the value is, value addition can be done to the products. We are subsidizing the crop insurance, where government is paying the premium in most of the cases for simple things like Kisan credit, because of which the amount of insurance coverage has increased to a large extent. We're giving interest-free loans to farmers. We're giving CM Assure to farmers, which is again helping them during the time of distress. So a very holistic strategy has been developed around agriculture. Next. So if you look at an example of Umdihar, this is a very great example of how pineapple value has been taken out, sir. And again, this is a cooperative, sir. It's a cooperative where farmers are shareholders in this, sir. And if you look at the value, sir, if the pineapple, the fresh pineapple, is now #1 being sold to Safal and to Reliance, sir. So we're transporting it to Delhi for them. We're helping them. And they're getting about 22 rupees per kg basis, sir. So a bit of increase is there, about 46% increase in terms of the prices they would get in the market here, sir. #2, sir, in the same place, this churrasco pineapples to Barbecue Nation, sir. As you know, Barbecue Nation is a food joint. And this particular pineapple, after being processed, is being supplied to Barbecue Nation, sir. And they are buying it at 115 rupees per kg. So that is again an 83% jump in terms of the value. And again, these are being done right here, sir, in Umdihar. And the farmers are working on it. Our youngsters are working on it. They are the ones, as I said, the amount that is farmers are benefiting is huge from this, sir. And as I said, the value of the processing, just this one unit, has touched 1.29 crores. Now further, sir, this particular pineapple is again being processed into IQF pineapple. And this is being sent to Europe, sir. And today the going rate for that is 640 rupees per kg. So from 22 rupees, today per kg, because of value addition that we're doing in Umdihar, right here in Ribhoi, the amount has gone up to 640 kgs per kg, sir. And we will now further expand this, and we will ensure that we are able to start making the powders, from pineapple, which can then be used in baby food, sir. You'll be happy to know, which of course we are not able to do right now because technology has not been installed. But this same pineapple, the frozen one, is sent to another location in India. And there they convert it into powder. And the pineapples from Meghalaya, which is processed and made into powder in this location, is then sent to Switzerland, where it is made part of baby food. So it is pineapples from Meghalaya is now becoming baby food powder for taste and for other nutritious values in Switzerland, sir. So that's the kind of target we have. We are hopeful, sir, we will get there. Next. So similar in Tikrikila, Prime Hub. Here also similar things. So you can see in the bottom, if you can see those nice packets. So these are products that are made in Tikrikila, in Meghalaya, sir. They're being made right now. And of course, the most famous of that is what we call the Nokma ice cream, sir. And here, sir, again, there are 2,000 women shareholders in this cooperative society. So these are all owned by the farmers, by the women, by the people of that area. And as I said, different activities are being done out here. You can see some solar panels on top, sir. Just to share with you, this is almost 90% is run on solar energy, including freezer. I went there, sir. There was a minus 20 degrees freezer. And I was surprised and shocked to see that a minus 20 degrees freezer was being powered on solar. So that kind of technology today is being implemented in all the different units that we are putting up. Somewhere they're using 50%, somewhere 90%, but the presence of the solar energy is there. Next. So in the way forward, so like that, sir, like in the Muktidatta Multipurpose Cooperative Society or in the Umdihar Integrated Village Cooperative Society, there are many such examples. I'm just giving 2 of them. But right now we have in dozens, sir, in dozens. And we hope to make it reach into hundreds, sir. And as I said, if one cooperative society and processing unit can support 5,000 farmers, once we have about 100 of them, we'll be touching about 5 lakh farmers will be supported and impacted with that. So that's the kind of scale we are targeting. We have done our work, we have laid the foundations, and we know that we're going to reach that destination that we have in mind, sir. So what is that destination, sir? So I'm just giving few examples. I cannot go into all of them, sir. But organic cultivation. So we are at 18,000 in 2020-21. In 2024, we were at 27,000. So my target is that by 2028, we should be having 1 lakh hectares of organic cultivated land under us. Similarly, sir, in ginger, Honorable Member had mentioned from Mauhati had mentioned about ginger. So we were at 66,156 in terms of ginger production. And 2024, we reached 71,000. So we are hopeful and targeting that by 2032, we should touch 1,56,750 in terms of our production of metric tons of ginger, sir. And this is being done again in a very, very systematic mission mode way. And also to share with the Honorable Member that very soon we'll be inaugurating the largest ginger processing unit in Ribhoy, which is almost completed. And that is going to support hundreds and thousands of farmers, sir. So similarly, if you look at the farmers linked to higher markets, again, this is very important, sir, because that is really what the challenge is. So right now, we only have about 5% farmers are linked to higher markets. Our target is that by 2032, at least 50% of our market, of our farmers should have access to high market and high value buyers so that they can get the best rate for their products. Next. So coming to tourism, of course, we have all seen the large hotels that are coming up, the 5 stars that are coming up. And these are obviously important, and I've explained that they're part of a larger ecosystem. And a 5-star coming in doesn't just mean the elite will come in and the rich people will come in. When these systems come in, sir, they activate an ecosystem which starts affecting the economy as a whole. But while we do that, we also realize that homestays are maybe the best way to support our local people. And therefore, sir, 1,000 new homestays have been created in the last few years, and we are targeting to create another 3,000 homestays. So here I'll just give an example of Miss Isabel Aring. So she has a small 2-bedroom homestay in Warichora, South Karo Hills. And there are 6-room homestay, which was funded again by that PMGP program which we had earlier. Now there's no PMGP. And so you'll be happy to know that on an annual basis, once this was completed, Miss Isabel Aring is today earning 12 lakh rupees a year because of this particular homestay that has come in, sir. So therefore, it's a great way to ensure that our people, so when tourism boosts, when people come for different activities, be a concert, be a festival, or be it, for some big programs, they come and stay in these locations. When they stay in these locations, our people benefit. People like Miss Isabel Aring. Next. So again, grassroots music program. Again, this is a great program. 8,000 plus artists are being paid today. So on an average, 8,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees per gig, Government of Meghalaya pays these artists. We do almost 16,000 shows annually, sir. So you will see these small corners. I think today in the Police Bazaar, if you go, every day there is an artist or there are artists who are singing. And that's how we've been able to support 8,000 artists today. And these are people who are doing what they love. Music is in our blood, sir. And therefore, this is something that was very close to our heart. And we are happy we're able to take it forward. So there's a band called Alive. And they are just amazing, sir. This band, they were the top band in the MGMP Season 2. So you'll be happy to know that today they are playing in hard rock cafes throughout the country today. Different locations, sir. And they are earning 40,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees a month during peak season, sir. And that's the kind of opportunities that we're talking about in terms of employment. Next. So while we do that, sir, there are large projects going on throughout the state in terms of overall destinations for tourists, new destinations. Now, these are not entirely new, sir. These are existing destinations, but we are upgrading them to an international, and if not international, at least to a national level, where if you look at the Maukodok, 51 crores worth of skywalk and tourist hub is being created. It is tendered out, work is started, and we're hopeful that it will be completed within the next couple of years. This will be the longest cantilever in the country, sir. And therefore, this is a great project, and it will completely change the tourism inflow in Maukodok area. Similarly, in Mandalgiri, sir, there's a 30 crore tribal heritage experience center which we are creating on the right side, on the top. This again is a great project that will promote our culture, yet give the modern facilities to our tourists and overall upgrade the tourism sector in East Garo Hills sector. Similarly, in Sakal Aduma also, an eco-wellness resort is coming up. On the right side below, there is the Rain and Bamboo Museum in Mausandram. Again, this also, as the Honorable Member himself mentioned, the construction is started and we hope to complete it soon. So like this, there are many other projects going on. I could not give all the numbers, but this is what is happening next. So this is recently in Sora, where we got additional funds from PM Divine. Sir, just to share with you, again for PM Divine, there's a normative allotment that every state gets. So say roughly about 150 crores, 180 crores, and that's it. So every state gets that amount, sir. But the Honorable Minister has got his own quota of about 200 crores. And he can give that funds to different projects or to a state as he desires. So he decided that he will give this additional amount, which is in his quota, to one state. And he had some kind of an unofficial discussion with different states, and he took presentations from different states. And I'm happy to inform you, sir, after seeing our presentation, the Honorable Minister decided that the amount that was there for this year under his quota, that this entire amount he will give for the Sora project under PM Divine for Meghalaya. And sir, you can see on the left side that this will have the Sora Experiential Center. That is a picture you can see on the top part, where you will have a very nice amphitheater, different facilities for tourists. This is also undergoing the tendering stage. And there are multiple projects within this 233 crore project that has been sanctioned. Next. So this is again one of the most iconic projects for us. Again, linking our culture, our heritage, and showing our growth to the world, and also attracting tourists in this particular project. This is the iconic towers, the monolith towers, which are going to be 123 meters tall. This is the second highest structure in the country, sir, after the Statue of Unity. And this will have a glass, that you can see in the top, there's a circular glass walkway, sir, where there'll be elevators and tourists will be able to go up on the elevator and walk on that glass up there. Not only that, sir, like we see in Burj Khalifa and other places, that there's a light show that happens where light is reflected and screen is reflected on the building itself. There will be light shows going on every day in this, where people at night will be able to sit down, have a cup of tea, sit in the restaurants and watch the culture of Meghalaya or stories of Meghalaya or different shows and programs that we will reflect through laser lights on the towers and create a screen. So this kind of a technology and this kind of a high-end project is being brought in. And as you're aware, sir, this project is going to be right next to our New Shillong, the Maukunu area, where we will be having other projects also happening, which will then ensure that that entire space becomes a huge tourist destination and a destination in an area of massive economic activity. Next. So the National Games, sports, coming to sports, is a very important event for us. And we are leaving no stone unturned to ensure that it goes better than we all can imagine, sir. Of course, there will be a lot of challenges. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but we are hoping that we will be able to really ensure that we are able to give one of the best games that the country is seeing. That is what our target is, and we will need everybody's support to make that happen, sir. So there'll be 39 sporting disciplines. It'll be for about 19 days. 12,000 plus athletes and sports persons will participate. 8,000 volunteers from our state will be employed during that time, and overall 30,000 indirect employment opportunities will come up. So this is a very important part, sir, and of course this is something we're looking forward to. Next. Sir, this is of course the iconic Maukunu football stadium, the largest football stadium, dedicated football stadium in the country, sir. And this will be the first FIFA Category 1 stadium, sir. And again, it's inspired by the bamboo basket. This is going to have not just a stadium, the iconic towers are going to be next to it. We'll be having also the Center of Excellence for Football in terms of training, which will be run by Northeast United. Will also be right next to it. And once this comes up, sir, we will be ready to host any international tournament. And this will be a symbol of our commitment towards football in our state, sir. And we want to showcase to the world that Meghalaya is ready and is going to be the football capital of the country, sir. Today you have seen, because of different support that we've been doing, different programs that have built up in football, football has, sir, once again started to get back that interest that once people had, and it was slowly somewhere dying and fading away, sir. But today many infrastructures have come up, many people are in sports. You know, I was following the Shillong and the Meghalaya League and all the other leagues that were happening. I was also following the Chief Minister's tournament that took place in Sikkim. And imagine, sir, in the tournament where top Northeast clubs had participated, our own Nongse Football Club won that tournament, sir. It is a great matter of pride for us and for the athletes, the sports persons who actually dedicated themselves to make and bring that cup to Meghalaya. And we hope that this will continue, sir, and in the days to come, as I said, we will become the football capital of the country, sir. Next. So these are the other infrastructures which are coming up. Again, the top two are already complete. The PS Sangma complex, where the indoor football, indoor sports, indoor swimming pool, indoor badminton court, squash court is almost completed. We expect that by June of 2026, we will be able to inaugurate that part. The integrated sports and hospitality center is almost complete, sir. We expect that by next month, early, we should be able to inaugurate this also. And the aquatics and tennis complex is under construction. Next. And therefore, just to showcase, sir, we have close to 303 total sports infrastructures being built throughout the state, sir. So some people may feel, oh, only Tura, only Shillong is getting the benefit of it. No, sir. While we are building large infrastructure in these locations, we are aware that for sports to develop, it must be spread across the state. All rural and interior locations also have talented youth. They must be given the opportunity. And hence, 2,100 crores worth of infrastructures are being created in different parts of the state, in different districts, in different constituencies. As I said, 303 infrastructures are being created, sir. Next. Sir, under the STAR program, again, this is amazing. Sir, Enriana G. Bowman, 16-year-old girl. She is from North Garo Hills. A very, very inspiring story, sir. About 4 years back, we started a program where we started to screen our youngsters who were at the age of 12, 13, 14, 15. Sir, in sports, in India especially, we have seen that we wait for a child to be 16, 17, 18, and suddenly the child starts to run very fast and we say, wow, this guy can run. Not realizing, sir, that the time to nurture and to train and to build up that person's talent, the time is over. The person has already reached his or her peak. So it is important to identify the talent at a young age. Number two, it is important to identify the talent that they are good at. A lot of times, sir, we start playing football. Sir. I used to play a lot of football, sir. But I don't mind sharing this, though it's slightly embarrassing. But I don't mind sharing this, that because Shillong was so football-centric, I was in St. Edmund's School. And used to have A team and B team because there were so many, kids who wanted to play football. And then suddenly I realized that I'm not good at football. So I was the goalkeeper of the B team in my class. When I went to Delhi, because Delhi's level was not as good, they were better in cricket, they were not good in football. So because I was B team football goalkeeper in Shillong, I became the school goalkeeper in Delhi. That was the level of difference. But obviously cricket, Delhi is far better, sir. My point is, sir, that this particular program allowed us to nurture and to pick talent and to be able to give that opportunity to these kids in sports and in areas which they never thought or never imagined that they would be good at. So in Enriana's case, she never thought that she would be good at long jump. She used to be into athletics, running, doing other sports. But when we tested her, we realized that she has got potential in long jump. So today, she trains 4 hours per day. In the Junior National Athletics Championship, she got the 7th place, sir. There was a time when Meghalaya would not even qualify. But today, in a few years, she has reached this level, sir. We are hopeful. Like Enriana, there are many more, sir. I'm not showing the rest. But we will have many more such star athletes come up because they have been scientifically tested. They have been selected. We are investing in each one of them in terms of counseling, in terms of physical support, in terms of financial support, in terms of educational support, and we are guiding them in the right direction. Next. So, of course, this is a very small aspect, but very important. We all in Shillong City will feel the importance of this, that a lot of the vendors have been relocated. We will continue this process, and in the next couple of years, we hope that we'll be able to really regulate the entire vending areas. Next. So these are just some pictures of some iconic projects that are coming up. In top is the Tura Integrated Administrative Complex, which is what we'll be calling the additional Secretariat, the PM Unity Mall on the right, the Wamukra Riverfront Development on the bottom right, and bottom left is the Tura Convention Center. All these constructions are going on as we speak, sir. And we expect them to complete them in a year or maximum a couple of years. Next. Even in terms of different other projects, sir. Again, the Meghalaya Skill Innovation Hub, 102 crore project, already the work is started. The Shillong Technology Park Phase 2 will be inaugurating in the next couple of months. All this is happening, sir. And again, as I said, this is what our vision is to develop the new Shillong city area. Next. This is a very important and very nice picture, sir. So this is the construction of the new Secretariat in Meghalaya. This has just been 3 months, sir. In 3 months, already we are at about 30% of the civil work is almost complete, sir. So things are going on at a very fast pace, and we are very confident, sir, that by mid or late of next financial year, we should be able to shift the Secretariat to this new complex. And as I said, the picture shows it, sir, that the work within a matter of 3 months, we are already seeing about 30% of the civil work completed. Next. Again, sir, CM Elevate is something that we're doing. We are pushing, we are promoting this. Again, it's a mechanism to create employment for our people. Again, a small example of what CM Elevate does, sir. So we have Balajit Sungo, and he started what we call the Book My Show of Meghalaya. So it's called Only Bees Private Limited. And when he started off, sir, Balajit had a revenue of 6 lakhs. Just 6 lakhs. When we started supporting him through Prime, guiding him, giving him different kind of suggestions, financially supporting him, and just recently also we had a program where we felicitated him, sir. I'm happy to tell you that in a matter of 3 years, with all the support from Prime, CM Elevate and Government of Meghalaya, Balajit and his team are earning 2.04 crores in terms of revenue in matter of 3 years, starting at just 6 lakhs. And Balajit is just one of the 2,847 beneficiaries under CM Elevate and Prime, sir. So therefore, a lot of things are happening. Next. So similarly, again, another very nice example of Walambok Pinrop, sir. And again, he is part of the Prime program, and his project is amazing, sir. So I think for all of us who were not aware, that, sir, the airy silk we get, though the cocoons grow here, sir, and though the cocoons are taken out here, the entire process of spinning the airy yarn was sent to Guwahati, sir. So we never used to spin the yarn here because we didn't have the technology. We didn't have the factory or whatever you call it. But today, Walambok Pinrop, he has put up the first and the only airy yarn spinning and manufacturing unit in Meghalaya. And we from Prime and Government of Meghalaya have given him a 50 lakh zero interest-free loan from Prime and 25 lakh grant from Nectar. And with that, you can see the picture on the right, sir. Today, our airy is being made and the yarn is being spinned right here in Meghalaya. Finally, a truly made in Meghalaya product. And again, sir, Walambok Pinrop is just one of the close to 4,500 entrepreneurs and beneficiaries who has benefited from programs like Prime, and we hope that we will continue this in the future. Next. So this is again another very exciting thing which we're doing, and we hope to continue this in the future. On the right, sir, you can see the lady in the mask. So that's a nurse from Meghalaya, and that person is in Japan. And like this nurse, there are 29 nurses right now. And in Singapore, there are 10 of them, sir. If you still continue to look on the right, sir, at the bottom, there's a small table or a small box. So each nurse today is sending roughly 1 lakh rupees per month to their family. They're saving and they're sending back, sir, on an average. So these 39 nurses, if they send every 12 in months, if they're sending 1 lakh, sir, they are sending a remuneration of 4.68 crores is coming into our economy, into the hands of the family members, sir. Our target, sir, is to touch 5,000 nurses. By 2032, we want to touch 5,000 nurses. Even now, as we speak, 30 of the nurses are in the pipeline being trained in Japanese, in German, and and German also, sir. They have not mentioned, but German also language is there. And we expect them also to be placed very, very soon. This is again being done in a very, very effective manner because the trainers are being brought from Japan and from the German embassy directly. And once we're able to touch 5,000 nurses, sir, they will be sending a remuneration of 600 crores per year to their families, going directly to our people. And jobs are going to be given to our people. So this area is something we feel we have a huge opportunity, sir. So I'm almost at the end, sir. I know it's been a long day. I'm almost at the end. I've just got another few slides left. So next, again, similarly, we have the private investments flowing in. I don't want to go too much into detail. About 9,162 have been registered in the UIP. That's the unified portal. And 3,000 has been grounded, which means this already fixed and work is started. We expect another 2,638 crores or to be finalized very soon. So within a couple of years, sir, we'll have close to 5,600 crores worth of investment actually done in Meghalaya, which we are expecting will create more than 5,500 employment opportunities. And most of them, sir, will be in the hospitality sector. Next. It's another great area which is coming up, which I want to share. It's, of course, too early to give all the details. But, sir, we are in touch with many bamboo-based industries, sir. There is a huge interest because a study was done by MBMA on the different variety of species of bamboo and the plantation that is there in Meghalaya. This study, which is quite thick, sir, was given to different agencies and different entrepreneurs from the globe and India. When they read that report, they were so excited because the variety of bamboos they were looking for was what they found in Meghalaya, sir. And that is opening up an opportunity of almost close to 1,000 crores of investment for us. We are at a very, very advanced stage of negotiation. And the most important part for this is that once this does happen, this is going to create not just livelihood, but it's going to create a huge opportunity for our farmers who will then be able to plant bamboo in a very organized manner and be able to take and get the returns from it. Next. So healthcare is a very important part. This is my last section, sir. Second last section. In healthcare, sir, as I said, we really are investing a lot. Just to share with everybody, sir, 51 health centers were constructed and 544 centers were upgraded in the last 8 years, sir. 770 new hospital beds were added. 479 specialists and doctors were added through the MMSRB. 76 doctors were trained for being specialists, and 6,700 village health councils were activated, sir. So this work has been done in the healthcare, which of course a lot more needs to be done, but I'm just showing what we have achieved. Next. In the Safe Motherhood program, sir, as we have all mentioned, it has been a great benefit for the people. We have saved lives. A lot more needs to be done, but we are focused on this. Next. So last section is on education, sir. And I'll just take at least 1 minute on this slide, sir, because I think it's important for people to absorb. So this is an important slide. It just shows the schools in Meghalaya, the number of teachers, and the government schools and the aided schools, and compares it to the other states in the Northeast, sir. So if you look at the first column, our population as per 2011 census was at 29 lakhs. Tripura was at 36 lakhs. But if you go to the next column, you'll see the number of schools. While our population was 29 lakhs, we had 14,582 schools, whereas Tripura had only 4,900 schools. And if you look at all the rest of the states below, they are all below 5,000 schools. And Meghalaya is at 14,582. If you look at the number of teachers, we have 55,160 teachers, whereas Tripura has 36,000 teachers, and Manipur has 42,000 teachers, and everybody, the rest is below 42,000, sir. If you look at government schools, we have 7,783 government schools, sir. And the most important one is the last one, if you look at the government-aided schools. These are what we call the ad hoc schools and deficit schools, sir. Meghalaya supports 4,172 schools today. Ad hoc grants are being given to them. Whereas if you look at all the other states, Nagaland is 0, Arunachal is 68, Manipur is the highest at 583, Tripura is 43. So we are maybe the only state that is today providing grant in aid to 4,172 schools, which of course is benefiting, sir. It's adding to the education system. But I'm just showing this to show the complexity of the challenges we face as a government and as a department in order to improve the overall education system. But in spite of that, next, so we are happy to inform you that large number of schools have been upgraded. Almost 2,045 schools have been upgraded under the Mission Education. We have investment of 1,866 crores going on in 38 Eklavya residential schools. And, sir, the CM scholarship, which I have announced, which will provide 6,000 rupees per year for all eligible students, is also going to be distributed, in fact, on the 6th of March. Just to share with all of you, and I'm very happy to inform, sir, you, and through you to the House, sir, that 6th of March, the MDA government will be completing 8 years of government. And this is a proud moment, sir, for us. For 8 years, the people of the state have given us the opportunity to serve them. And therefore, to mark that anniversary or that 8 years of completion of service to the state and to the people of the state, sir, apart from other programs, we will be releasing the CM scholarship to over 1 lakh students on the 6th of March. So on the right side, if you can see the chart of the pass percentage. Again, there are people who comment different things, which is fine, sir. But I think what number we're looking at is the last row, sir, where you can see that the pass percentage in SSLC has jumped dramatically to 96%. And again, it was to be at 50% on an average in the years before, sir. Sir, I was very particular about this. And the reason I was particular about this is for a simple reason. That in class 10, and a child is giving his metric exam, if a child fails an exam, sir, his life is over even before it started. His dreams are shattered. And as a government, if you are just going to not do anything about it and allow the system to continue, and children, you know, you're talking of 30,000, 20,000 children not being able to pass class 10. So their lives would be destroyed and were being destroyed, sir. So therefore, it is our duty to support and to see. This is not an IAS exam. This is not an MCS exam. They have the right to be able to move forward in life. And it is with that spirit that we said, let us come out with guidebooks. So the guidebooks are there everywhere in the country. Anywhere you go in the country, every single CBSE, Class 10, different boards in different states, they give guidebooks. Sir. Our students in villages are poor. They don't have the opportunity to get different kind of support and guidebooks. Hence we came out. I'm very happy. I must congratulate the Education Minister and the department and the previous minister also for having done this. I think this is the greatest blessing that we have given to these children, sir. Next. So this is, of course, just a simple example of what the mission education has done. I know that there are many people who will still click the picture of the old building and they will show that, oh, where is the school? But I thought that maybe I'll show the new building also, sir. So therefore, these are the new buildings. A lot of people click the old buildings and then they show that this is the dilapidated condition. Yes, the old buildings are dilapidated, sir. But we have constructed new ones and that's where the students are being taught. Of course, a long way to go. I'm not saying it's done. A long way to go. But we are moving in the right direction, sir. So my second last slide. Again, this is the Captain Williamson Sangma University. So obviously, this is also another step forward. Next. So this is regarding roads. Again, roads, we have spoken a lot about it. But as we can see, sir, that we have seen almost a 1.2% or times increase in terms of the road network today in the state. And I must take this opportunity to congratulate our Deputy Chief Minister and the PW department and all the engineers and officers for the excellent work that they're doing. So last, coming to the culture aspect, next. So this is a great moment, sir. The living root bridges have been sent as India's nominations. As you know, India can nominate only one proposal. So from whole country, they selected the living root bridges to be sent as the nomination for the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it has taken 10 years to prepare this dossier. Thousands of meetings have taken place. Multiple reports have been done. Thousands of field visits have been done. It's a very long process. It looks very simple. But for last 10 years, this is being worked on. I'm very happy that finally we have reached this stage. And I'm very hopeful that this will come through. And this will indeed be not just a proud moment for us, sir, but it will be a tribute to our forefathers. It will be a tribute to our tradition. It will be a tribute to our state, sir. So we really look forward for that. And the last slide, sir, is again talking about the culture and heritage. So we are very happy that different aspects of our culture is being promoted. This is a very special program to me, sir, where we are giving funds to our local researchers to research different aspects of our culture, different aspects of our indigenous studies, art and culture, sir. You have Alter Eliason Kongtao. So he is documenting the traditional and religious practices of the Saurid Khairim CMship, and this is being supported again by the CM research grant. So we have ANP Marak. He is researching and doing the study of the historical evolution and development of the Nokma ship in Garo Hills. We have Dr. W. Sinkon, who is doing the cultural preservatives on death and mourning, a study of the Jaintia tribe in Meghalaya. So like that, there are so many researches today going on. So as I mentioned yesterday, and I'll close with that while economic growth takes place, the economic growth must translate into real change for the people at the grassroots. People must benefit in terms of job creation, in terms of the overall livelihood going up, in terms of their overall condition at the grassroots level increasing. But while we do that and economic growth takes place, we must connect to our roots. We must connect to our tradition. We must maintain and protect our identity. And that's where culture comes in, and that's where investment in our culture is important. And it's only when we have these three pillars working together will we have a sustainable and a real growth. And that is the growth story which we want to project for the next 6 years, sir, till 2032, when Meghalaya turns 60. And I'm very confident, sir, that with the support of all the members, with the support of the team, and most importantly, support of the people and blessing from the Almighty, I'm confident, sir, we will achieve the goal that we have set out to achieve. With these few words, sir, I once again thank all the members for their participation, and with that, I resume my seat. Thank you, sir.